Okay, so I wanted to answer your questions about Strixhaven and the surprises that I had to react to based on your actions, and some things that I was prepared for that you didn't necessarily pursue. By far, I'll start with the things that surprised me. By far, the biggest surprise for me was Vieric Stillflight. I built this character with the intention that he and all of his mundane friends would be a huge asset to you all. His whole plot hook with hiring Indigo was just to get him to the story. His intentions were always pure. And what he was able to do on Strixhaven would have given you an entire force of magical items, potions, and highly motivated kind of warriors to help you in the end game. Y'all decided to keep him at an arm's distance pretty much the whole time, and so I didn't ever really get to utilize that. The second surprise was in the dream sequence when you all decided not to follow Flint. By not doing that, he negotiated to get the Tevideo, the compass, which he gave to Geordie, which he used to find the hidden Jadzi to assassinate her. So had you stopped him, either it would have happened a different way, or you would have foiled at least that plot and bought you more time. So that was a surprise, and I was not prepared for. What was the last one? Well, so surprises, some things that I was prepared for. I was prepared for all of you to join the Auric or none of you to join the Auric. The half and half thing I had to kind of react to and figure out how to utilize that. I don't know if it made it easier or harder, but that was an interesting twist. There on Witherbloom campus, had you explored more of the hexes, you would have found an abandoned flying pirate ship that if you had just gotten all the zombies off of, you could have used that to travel all over the Witherbloom wilds, all over campus. You could have had this cool kind of feature at your disposal. Oh, I remember the other surprise was taking the machine into the negative plane. I thought that was so creative, and what an interesting solution. I didn't really have any idea how y'all were gonna do that, but I thought that was by far the best idea and worked out better than I could have possibly expected. So that was my third big surprise. I also had a contingency planned on if Ovi became a vampire and actually decided to negotiate instead of steal the Deus Oro. That was probably maybe my other surprise. Is I think the most powerful item I put in the entire game, besides the Sphere of Annihilation, was the crown. Being able to get very accurate divine information on things, I thought was going to break the game. And I think you used it once. And I was really relieved by that because I was able to keep a lot more secrets from you in general. There were also just a few NPCs and professors that I expected you maybe to make more use of, but you didn't, and that was kind of okay. Here we are at the end of it. I also thought more of y'all would end up in maybe romantic relationships, so I had tried to string a lot of opportunities on there, but none of y'all seemed to really care to spend a lot of time on that, so that was another interesting little twist. I also think how y'all handled the end. When I built the campaign, it was never on my radar that any of you would stay and change history from the very beginning. So for me, that was just chef's kiss, the most beautiful way to end the story, and I'm so happy with how it ended and the decisions that you guys made. So those are just some of my initial reflections. I can show you more of the madness and insanity that went into building this, but those were my highlights.